recording. Good morning, listeners and viewers. Welcome to J Air Radio. We're on 88 FM, not 87.8 anymore. Does it say 87.8? So welcome. You've got myself, Joanne Levy, and Rabbi Pesach Steinberg. Good morning. We're going to be talking today about our soup program. I have some really good examples of how we've been helping people. We're going to be talking about footy. Yep, I've got some hard questions to ask you. And we're going to be talking about my favourite subject, so make sure you got a bucket handy. We're going to be talking about romance books, movies, and my Facebook ads. Yeah, and we've got some great music to listen to. So we've gone J-Air with our new slogan, bringing the community to you, 88 FM. Let's go.
Joanne Levy,
How are you today?
I've got to tell you something very exciting.
Tell me, I want to hear.
So the latest news from my neck of the wood that I haven't told you and no one knows about it yet. In fact, yeah, actually, because it's pre-recorded, still no one will know about it, even if I tell you now.
Okay, tell me.
Is that I have just finished making a new batch of pickled cucumbers.
Pickles?
Have you had my family's pickled cucumbers?
No, I didn't even know your family made pickled cucumbers.
We call them affectionately Zeta's pickles.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's the recipe that came from my Nana Phyllis, who was my father's mother, and she came from Białystok in Poland, which is kind of your neck of.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit to the.
Several thousand kilometres to the north.
Just a little bit north of us, yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay.
Big news for the day that we've made some pickles.
So when are they available? When do I get to try one?
Let's see. They go into storage at the moment, so in 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully they might have turned.
So how long does it take to pickle a cucumber from where to go, if you don't mind me asking?
You know what you're doing. You can get a bucket done fairly swiftly, sort of.
No, but how long do they sit in their concoction for? Your special secret recipe for?
3 weeks for the kind of mixture to turn, and then it comes good, and then that's when you can really get your first taste. And you have to, it's about just under a month.
So is this like your super secret recipe that you don't share with anyone?
Yeah, I didn't even tell you about the making of the pickle. I didn't tell you nothing.
No.
I'm not giving away anything.
Okay, that's fine.
There's water in there.
Okay. I can assure you that I will never make pickles. I'm happy to eat one, but I will never make a pickle. Okay, that's really exciting news.
There is actually something that is like the secret is in something that you do to prepare it, which I can't give away, but it's absolutely the most critical factor, and it can mean the difference between a good and a bad pickle. And
is that like with quinoa? If you don't wash the quinoa before you cook it, it becomes sludge.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
Quinoa's never good.
You didn't know that?
No.
Quinoa's great.
Do you ever make anything? Do you ever make any preserves?
No. I'll make jam. That's it.
Oh, jam's pretty good.
Yeah, jam's great, but no pickles or anything like that. That's not the type of stuff I do.
Now, I apologise for co-opting the program so quickly. It's just that I was so excited.
No, I'm excited too.
What to talk about? How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm really good. I actually thought we were going to talk about your exciting new book. It's the new book, and
that can come later.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about writing now, then the song, and then we're going to talk about soup, because the soup's going to take a while, because I've got good stuff to share about, because that's really, really good stuff.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah, it is really nice.
And how was your Yom Tov, by the way?
It was very relaxing. I almost didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, I have all this free time. I didn't know what to do. I'm so busy all the time. I slowed down. I didn't know what to do.
There was no shul no Sephardi shul over this. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Look, everyone was struggling really. I mean, I saw people going to shul, but they had to make a minyan of 6.
Mm.
They had to join 2 minyans of 6.
Yeah.
Which technically you're not allowed to do, but they did it, and I don't know. It was all a big mess, in my opinion.
I've seen how other synagogues are doing it, and it is doable, but it's not easy.
No, it's not easy. No,
it's not easy.
A lot of planning, and I'm sure a lot of stress and headaches.
Yep.
Just for half a dozen people or a dozen people, it's a huge effort. It's a huge.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. Yeah, it's very. I'm looking at that at the moment, actually.
Do you know about anyone in Sydney? If they had any services in Sydney?
Yes, Sydney's running normal. They're like, we've talked about this. It's so unfair. Sydney's normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason where the synagogue that my parents, they didn't have services because they couldn't work out how to fit everyone in, and they didn't want to say no to people. But
Right.
Sydney's, forget Sydney, everyone else except for us, they're fine.
Right.
We're the only ones in lockdown.
Yeah.
Which is pretty depressing, but anyway.
Yeah, it is a bit depressing, and I think, I don't know if you caught that post that I put on Facebook, what would be yesterday now. And that is, I think we've got to come to the end of this.
I agree. Well, that's also why I wanted to talk about in soup, and I'm happy to talk about now. Sorry, I've been off social media. I've just been too busy lately.
During soup. By the way, so I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
We have a fantastic Shmini Atzeret and Simchas Torah at my house.
Oh, nice.
What
did you do? I didn't know about this.
Well, we had we kind of have our own little Torah scroll that we've got at home.
Oh,
it's
nice.
About as big as your arm, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we actually read out of it, and we carried around.
Oh, you're frozen.
On set. Am I frozen?
No, you're back now. Sorry, so I missed a bit. So you said you carried around the Torah?
Right, so we carried around the Torah, and we had hakafot, and we danced from about like 8:30 until about 11 o'clock in our sukkah area on Saturday night, and then again on Sunday morning. And we sang and we sang and we sang and we sang at the top of our voices. Because,
that's amazing. That's so good.
It was sensational. And then we finished off with, we brought my little fire pit brazier into the sukkah.
Oh yeah.
And put a few bits of wood in there, and we had some hot dogs on Saturday night inside the sukkah. And then on Sunday we had chicken wings over the.
Oh, that's so good.
Great time.
What about any marshmallows?
No marshmallows with the chicken.
Okay. That sounds brilliant. That sounds really good.
So, in my opinion, it's all what you make of it.
No, I think you did great. I was invited to a Rebbitzin, and they had like a women's program, which was in the sukkah. That was really nice.
Wow.
So there was only 5 of us, of course. And we were distant, and that was really nice. I had a bit of learning and a bit of socialization, so I really enjoyed that. That was on Simchat Torah.
Good on you.
Yeah, that was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
I think that's one of the more stimulating parts of Simchat Torah, if you can get together like that and do those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Because it's not like one of the reasons why we dance around with the Torah, right, is because of the thrill of the Torah and finishing and starting and all that sort of thing. But there are other ways to inspire yourself and get motivated. So whichever way it comes, Baruch Hashem.
Yeah, no, it was really, really nice. It was nice. But I did miss being with everyone and the community, and, I mean, I know everyone's going through the same thing. It was very strange. But, please God, next year will be hopefully back to normal.
We actually had a few guests come into our sukkah on Saturday night. It was a bit naughty. But it was very brief.
Yes, good.
And it was a l'chaim and get out.
Okay, perfect.
Especially when they smashed a bottle of my arak.
What?
No joking, I'm sorry.
Did they break the arak?
Yeah.
That's it. I'm after them. That's okay. I'll bring over another bottle next time.
Yeah.
Okay, well that sounds okay. Well, we had very different celebrations, but sounds good all round. That's really nice. No, I like that.
Do you want to a song now, or do you want to talk about something else?
Let's go to a song.
Okay.
So
we have?
The first one I chose was the Maccabees. I know it's about Rosh Hashanah, and I know it's a couple of weeks after Rosh Hashanah, but it was just really nice. And it's kind of like a COVID friendly, if you ever watch the video clip, and it's very COVID friendly because they've had to record it all separately and then they come together. And it was just reminding me that this is like our COVID world at the moment. I mean, look at us. We can't even be next to each other in the studio to do our own show.
Maccabees Bashana Haba.
Oh, I really like this song, by the way.
נשב על המרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. Soon the day will arrive when we will sing together and the distance will just disappear, and the children will smile in a world that's gotten better. So let's bring in a healthy new year. Wait and see what a world there can be, and we know that there's always tomorrow. Oh tire, kama tov yeh bashana haba. Nifros kapot yadayim mul haor hanigar halavan. Anafa levana tifros kaor knafayim vehashemesh tizrach betochan. Oh tire kama tov yeh bashana haba. Oh tire kama tov yeh bashana haba. Bashana haba. Bashana haba.
That's cute.
Find us on Facebook. Just head to www.facebook.com/J Air Radio. That's 2 R's. J Air Radio.
It's such
That
a shame
ending.
that people. It's such a shame that people can't see the actual video.
No, it's really cute. So it's very 2020 because everyone's at home with their kids
Yeah.
doing that. And then did you notice they're all dressed nicely because, you know, they're young men. They're always dressed, you know, very appropriately. But when they stand up, you can see that they're all wearing shorts.
Oh, I didn't see that. It was too small, but
It's really cute. I have to watch it at the end. It's really funny. They've all got like pajama pants on or board shorts or something. So they've got their suit tied to top. And I thought, yeah, that's very 20 because that's what you do when you go to a Zoom meeting.
I've got pants on, by the way. I hope you do.
Okay,
too.
thank God. Yeah, okay. Okay.
For the viewers, for the listeners.
So we'll go to writing up. You know, I just had to share this story about the soup, okay?
Yeah.
It was really, really nice. So by the way, you made a veggie and barley soup last week, which was very good.
That was good.
It was so good. It was so good. You did a great job.
Right.
You have to do it again. It was really good.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny. Sorry, to go take a step back before I go into the soup story. I was writing to my readers because I just haven't had a chance to do any of my writing or contacting, and it's been a while since I contacted my readers. I don't know, about a couple of weeks. And I told them the reason why I hadn't been. I've been too busy and I've been doing the soup and telling them some of the things, and I showed them the photos of the soup. And one of my readers was really excited. I had really good positive feedback. A lot of them said, no, you're doing the right thing. You need to stop your writing, focus on community, and then you come back. Anyways, one reader was so excited when she saw the photos of us and doing the soup that she even sent in her favourite pumpkin soup recipe.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Is there something unusual about it?
Well, it's got pear in it. It's pumpkin and pear. And I'm like, Oh.
What? Are you
I
sure
know.
you're reading that correctly?
Sorry?
Are you sure you're reading that correctly?
Yeah, I'll send it to you after you can have a look at it. And it's
That's
got ginger in it as well.
very strange. Okay, and ginger. Okay, ginger's good.
Yep.
And you also put a bit of nutmeg in.
No nutmeg. No nutmeg.
No nutmeg?
No
Oh,
nutmeg.
really? You got to put a tiny little bit in.
No,
Nutmeg's
I don't.
very
I don't
tough.
do nutmeg. No, not for me. But her recipe doesn't have it in there. But it's got ginger in it. So anyway, so I've got to tell you the soup story. So I got you an awesome soup, and I gave out quite a lot, but I'd kept some aside for 2 families who I know that I needed it. And the thing that I try to tell people is that we don't just help people who are in financial need, because a lot of people assume that you're getting soup because you can't afford to eat.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we don't do that. We also help people who are like super busy.
Yeah.
And really struggling with working from home, having kids at school, just the whole thing. It can be really, really stressful.
Everything's too much for them. Yeah.
So I've got
Or even when it's not too much for them, you just want a little bit of a break because you've been doing it for the last 3 months.
It's like giving someone a hug. You know, it's just like taking something over and just letting them know that you think about them.
And it's also like if someone hasn't been out of the house for a while, it gives them a good excuse to come over and grab a soup and say hello, or vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it was Shabbat and I was busy and I was looking at the time and it was like 4:30 and I hadn't dropped off the soup to these 2 families. Right. I kept thinking, I've got to do it. And then
Friday afternoon.
Pardon? Friday afternoon.
Right.
Yes, that's Friday afternoon. But by this time, I've actually organised my Shabbat dinner and I had postponed my normal ladies Zoom because it was Erev Hag. I normally have my ladies that I get together on Zoom, but I'd postponed it because it was a hug. Anyway, so I'm thinking, and then I got this massive donation from Glazed Patisserie. So thank you, Liron and Joanne. So they sent in this amazing, and I'm looking at it going, okay, I could leave everything in the freezer, or I can just run out now because I'm organised. I've got Shabbat and I'm just going to go out now. And thank God that I did. So the 2 families I went to see were like both under the same pressure. They'd been working all day, and my friends, the mums, looked at me and went, I haven't organised Shabbat dinner. I've been so stressed with work. I meant to organise a Shabbat box. I knew I had a busy day. I meant to do this and I didn't do anything and I have no dinner. And there I turned up with all the soup, with challah and food and everything. And they were just almost crying with joy.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
It just takes a few basics to kind of make you feel good.
And they were so grateful.
Receiver, the person who's having it, to make your Shabbos, really, it just takes a few basics. And if you haven't got that ready, just to have it handed to you like that, it can relieve such pressure. Yeah,
that's it. They were both grateful because they suddenly had Shabbat dinner. So they had the soups, they had challah, and then they said, we can just add some dips and stuff and just make dinner. But they were both, especially one of them said, because I've been talking about the Shabbat boxes and pre-ordering because she's going through a very stressful time. And she goes, I meant to order. She goes, I forgot. She goes, I can't order Shabbat at 4:30. And she goes, I didn't know what to do.
Yep.
And then I had turned up.
When I arrived in Toronto on the Friday, I did the delivery to the fertility clinic. And then I dumped my bags at the hotel. And then you've got to go and organise your Shabbos
meal. Was that Friday afternoon you did that?
It was Friday midday that I picked up all the stuff.
Yeah, that would have been stressful.
Right. So, but that was my time to do it. And you've got to allocate, you've got to designate the time. And it's also part of the mindset of coming into Shabbos as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm dealing with some people now also with the fertility business over in America and as well as in Israel. And last Friday coming into our Chag and Shabbos and our Chag, I was saying to them, Shabbos begins in a few hours. And they're like, we get it. We understand. You've got to kind of get into that zone. Yeah. Can't keep talking business right up to the last second.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You've got to allocate. You've got to make sure, and you've got to make sure that Shabbos and Yom Tov is set up.
Yeah. Yeah. And so my friends were so grateful. So thank you.
Were they depending on you?
Pardon?
Were they relying on you to bring them over some things?
No, but that was the thing. They didn't know that I was coming over.
They didn't know, Stump. They absolutely didn't know. Wow.
They were both two women who were like my age who were going through complete, oh my gosh, it's Shabbat in a couple of hours and I'm working and I haven't organized dinner and I don't know what to do. Yeah. And then suddenly I just turned up. It was almost like Hashem's hands were pushing me along because I was organized, and I thought, you know what, I could go and do something, but you know what, I'm just going to go and do these deliveries. It's only going to take me half an hour. Just go and do it.
Yeah, that's really, it's like one of the most fundamental kind of mitzvot that you can do. There's the gemilut chasadim, which is the kindness to others.
Yeah.
For the purpose of Shabbat is really probably even greater. That's like an extra level to make sure that that people have Shabbat. And that's one of the great things about the Chabad houses around the world, especially in those holiday places, because even when you're not necessarily so observant, at least you know you have a place you're going to for your Shabbos meal.
Yeah. Well, I took a photo when I was in New York. It was around the corner from me. There was like a Chabad house around from where I was staying, like everywhere. If you look for them, you'll find them. Yeah. Well, that leads me into the next thing. I've actually become an ambassador for your Night with Light. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What is Night with Light?
So it's
sounds
women.
Like a Christian organisation. What have you got yourself involved with?
No, it's really easy. It's actually not that bad. So what we're doing is we're encouraging women to light Shabbat candles each week. It's that right. Simple. So we're trying to get 5,781 women. Get it? 5781.
Very good.
Women to light Shabbat candles.
Right.
And so I've got this really nice packs, and I've got to start giving them out to everyone to start lighting candles.
So you've got tea lights. And you've got
candles and a little bracha. It's all wrapped up. It's really nice. It's like a really nice little pack.
It's actually a little kind of it's some sort of little holder for the tea lights.
No. It's not that schmancy.
Oh, okay. All right. And what else comes with it?
No, that's really it. It's pretty basic. So you can just get your own little candles and do what you need to do.
A bracha, a page in there with the bracha and everything.
Yeah, it's just like a little box of matches. I should go get it when we're doing the next song. I'll go grab one and show you. It's really nice. So I've got about 10 of those to start handing out and encouraging women. Pardon?
Who runs that? What's the
It's come out of, the Project High Holy Days? PHH.
Right. But that's a Melbourne thing.
Yeah, but it stemmed out from there. So It's like bringing the light into the darkness, which is kind of what we need since we're all still in lockdown.
So if someone wants to get involved with that, who do they go to?
You know what? I don't know who's the coordinator, but they can come to me and I'm happy to send something out or have a chat with them. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Is it actually Chabad based?
You know what? I'm not sure.
Okay.
But the Rebbitzin who got me into it is Chabad based.
But it's all good. It's all for good.
It is all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So that's that was really exciting. So I was very happy with that.
Well done.
And so anyway,
part of these big movements.
It is nice to be part of the movement and meet some other women who are doing this. Sometimes I feel a little bit isolated being
like that challah, the big challah bake that they used to
that was amazing.
Moment, obviously.
Yeah. Because being a female leader, but I'm sort of surrounded by men all the time. So it's nice to sort of hang out with some women and get some women things to do and sort of inspire other women to do.
Yeah. It's important to have those groups. United sort of efforts.
Yeah. So I'm mainly hanging out with the Rebbitzins and Chabad women.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. It's nice.
You have to make a group of Sephardi women who do it.
I will. I'll do that. If I can find some women, I'll create my own group.
On the list.
It's on the to-do list with everything else.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to getting your new book. It's arrived.
My new book?
Yeah.
The new book has arrived. It's on the shelves now. I can, if anyone's interested, it is the Rambam Chumash. So at the moment, it is only Bereshit. It is only Genesis, and Exodus, Shmot is currently being worked on.
Wow.
The whole idea behind the book is it's basically a Chumash, and in the footnotes.
Sorry, you're frozen. You'll have to go back again. So you got to in the footnotes and then it went frozen. So just explain.
So the top is the top of the page is the Chumash.
Yeah.
And in the bottom is the footnotes from Rambam's Moreh Nevuchim, which is the Guide for the Perplexed.
Okay, well, I'm really interested because, as we know, for those who don't know, it's Bereshit coming up for this Shabbat.
Right, exactly. So
that's right.
It's very common.
Yeah, so make sure I get my copy before this Shabbat.
We'll continue talking about it after the next song.
Which one are we doing first?
The Idan Rachel
Yay,
project.
my favourite singer. Yeah.
What is that? I can't even read it.
Bekarov, soon.
Okay.
But it goes for like 8 minutes, so we're going to have to cut off the song halfway.
Okay. All right.
Because we'll be here all day. Yep.
השקט אל האור, אל הרוח, אל המים. בקרוב אני אחזור, אל החום אחרי הקור, אל החוף, אל השמיים. בקרוב אני אחזור, את תראי כמו שיכור, שוב לצלול אל תוך עיניי. בקרוב אני אחזור, זמן שחיכינו יעבור, ויביא אותי אלייך, כי מרחוק גם כאן השמש מאירה, בכל יום אבל שונה, קצת דומה וקצת אחרת, כי מרחוק הימים והלילות משתתפים בזיכרונות, שמעת יפה ואת צוחקת. בסוף הדרך לעצור אל הרחוב ואל הבית. בקרוב אני אחזור, דלת אחרונה לזכור, ואז ליפול לזרועותייך, כי מרחוק גם כאן השמש מאירה, בכל יום אבל שונה, קצת דומה וקצת אחרת, כי מרחוק הימים והלילות משתתפים בזיכרונות, שמעת יפה ואת צוחקת, כי מרחוק גם כאן השמש מאירה, בכל יום אבל שונה, קצת דומה וקצת אחרת, כי מרחוק הימים והלילות משתתפים בזיכרונות, שמעת יפה ואת צוחקת.
We are broadcasting live so your friends and family from around the world can tune in and follow live events as they happen. Listen to us live on jair.com.au.
That's a really nice song.
Yeah, it is good. It's actually, it would have been nice for the 8 minutes, but it's probably a little bit long. So I just want to say Jair 88 FM. So yes, they are still broadcasting on 87.8, but we want you to go to 88 because it's got better coverage, sounds better, and it brings the community to you. Did you know that?
Wow, you're a good ambassador.
Hey, come on, we're their stars.
Well, you should be president of JM.
I'm not doing anything more at the moment. I don't even have time to breathe. So, I made a mistake. So while we were having this, I ran out to get it. So it's ambassador. It's like unite with light. So I made the mistake. So anyway, I'm just going to open it up.
Isn't that very sweet? It's
it is
a large matchbox.
Yeah, so I don't want them to fall out. So you got
and matches. And is there a bracha on the box itself, maybe?
No, there's like a little. It's really nice here. So it tells you, and it has like a guide. So it shows in pictures, and it reminds you to do tzedakah. And then So it goes, check out what time the candle lighting is, put them in a safe spot, do your tzedakah, light the candles at the correct time. But then, this is the bit that I like, because this is my favourite bit, spend some time and enjoy the glow of the Shabbat candles.
Yeah, that's nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Does it actually say when to light them?
No, it gives you a website on when to check on when it is, because not everyone belongs to a synagogue or even knows when it is. And actually, lucky that I had a look, because you are right, it's a Chabad based, because it's Chabad.org.org/candles.
Very nice.
Anyway, it's a really good initiative. So good on them for doing this. So I've got this to give out to anyone. So I'm going to start sharing them if anyone wants one.
If you want to join in with Unite with Light, speak to Joanne Levy about it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I've got some, and I also have some chalk, so kids can go and write the Shabbat times outside their home if they want, and draw some pictures.
That's great.
How cool is that?
What a good idea.
Yeah, I've got some for tomorrow as well.
I'm going to get Tamara to do that.
Yeah, it's so nice. So you just do a little picture of the Shabbat candles and you write what the time is for Shabbat. The time it starts and finishes. How cool is that? You can draw some pictures as well.
Actually, I was passing, I think it was strange you should mention that. I think it was a shul in Sydney I was passing, and I think they have a blackboard outside the front of the shul, and it had all the times on it. It might have been Southhead maybe. Is it Old Southhead or Southhead Shore, whatever it is?
Yes.
Southhead Road. And it had the times for Shabbos and Yom Tov on it.
That's really nice.
It means that the kids of the rabbi or whoever can run out there and muck around with it and change it. And mind you, you wouldn't want to muck it up.
No, you wouldn't. I'm sure that the rabbi's not going to make a mistake anyway.
No.
So we were having a lively discussion with a friend recently about footy, okay? And we were trying to say how many Jews barrack for Carlton versus Jews barracking for other teams, all collectively.
Carlton.
Okay. And then I just realised, I don't know what team you follow. Of all these things, I don't know. Okay, I don't know your pickle recipe and I don't know which team you follow. I just realised that. I'm like,
hang on. You don't know. What team do you follow?
Carlton.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. That's why Jacques married me.
Family?
Sorry?
Are you a Carlton family?
No, my parents are Swans and my brother and I Carlton. See, that's why Jacques married me, because not only am I from Sydney, a Sydney chick, I go for Carlton. So from Sydney. How's that?
Jacques is a Carlton supporter, obviously.
Of course.
Well, I'm proud to say that Rochelle is not a football supporter whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
And that was one of the primary qualities I was looking for. I could have been anyone of Carlton or St Kilda or Melbourne.
Yes.
Who else? Or even maybe North Melbourne.
Yes.
When I grew up, it was all about following the team. Of course, my mother's team, because my father cares even less about football than my wife. And and it was always about a legend of football, Ron Barassi, whichever football team.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. He is a legend.
But because my dad wasn't terribly interested in the football when I was a kid, I got palmed off to a lovely family who you know of, and go to your shul, and they used to take me every week to the football.
Oh, okay. And who do they go for?
That was Essendon. The Bombers.
Right.
The drive to Windy Hill.
Yes.
As it's affectionately known, and we used to sit in the members section.
Yeah.
It was just sensational.
Awesome.
It was great.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. That's what I didn't know about you.
But I've got to be honest, I don't care too much about it these days.
Okay. Well, I know that.
I'm not sure I could name one player.
That's okay. We'll just put you down as an Essendon. Okay, so we're going to put you down as an Essendon player.
Could you name a Carlton player?
Yeah, I think so. I think only because Jordan Parrott's, and otherwise I don't really know. I don't have time to follow. But Okay, so we're trying.
How did you come to be a Carlton supporter?
Because my cousins follow Carlton, and they said to my brother and I, you have to go for Carlton.
That's what it is.
And then the Swans came to Sydney, and so my mum and dad went for Sydney, and my brother and I are like, nah, we're going for Carlton.
Yeah.
So that's how it all worked out.
Cool.
And so anyway, I saw a really good movie, but it's not family friendly.
That's a shame.
I know, but it's really good. So it's really good for romance buffs like myself. It's called Plus One, but the premise is really nice. It's actually a sweet movie, but it's got lots of swearing and some other inappropriate stuff in it. But it's on Netflix. But it's a friends to lovers movie, and I really liked it because you've got these two friends, and they've got all these weddings they have to go to, and instead of going on their own, they end up going together. So then they don't end up on the singles table, and then they've got someone to go with.
Oh.
So it's like a really nice premise. It's actually a really, really good movie. So that's the whole idea. Plus one.
Lovely.
So, you know, when you get invited to a wedding, so they keep going to all these weddings and they have someone to go with.
I like it.
It was really nice. It was really good, but not family friendly. Plus One. It's on Netflix.
I'll have to check it out.
But it's not family friendly. There's quite a bit of swearing, but it's very, very funny. And it's really sweet. And what I liked is that they realised at the end that they're better together than apart. That was so sweet.
That's very sweet.
It was really nice. Sorry?
So it's a chick flick. Yeah.
It's a romance, okay? It's romance, man.
There's a bit of radio silence there for a second while Joanne was swearing under her breath.
It's romance, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just because you're barfing into a bucket at the moment, just because you're barfing, you know.
Did I tell you I showed my girls, we watched Life of Brian?
No. Don't do it with Jacques. He'll sit there and he recites the whole movie. It's the worst to sit there and have someone parrot. Were you doing that as well? Were you parroting the whole movie?
Of course. I tried my best to be quiet.
I would not watch that with you. Oh.
And this week, or last week I should say, we have begun the trilogy of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. That would be good.
There is definitely interest.
Okay. I'm interested. Joshua is interested. The other 3 members of the family are not interested.
It's really good. I like Lord of the Rings.
So do I.
So do I. It's probably now about 20 years old, the movie.
I know. I can't believe it.
Why would you think it's such a while ago?
Jacques could not be less interested.
Really? Okay, so he was never into that kind of genre.
No, he doesn't like any of it, but I do. So I would watch it. I'd probably watch it with Joshua. Did
you always read, when you were growing up, like a teenager, what books did you read?
I read romance, of course.
Generally romance?
And then I also read all the Sherlock Holmes books. That's why I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan. And mysteries like Agatha Christie and other vintage. I've read a lot of vintage and also Regency romances. So
what was that?
Big reader. You know, all the books that are set, you know, like the Pride and Prejudice to Jane Austen, all of those beautiful romances set in the 1800s, written in the 1800s.
Ah, okay. So Jane Austen.
Yeah, all of those. I read all of that, as well as the teenage romance.
Were you one of those voracious readers?
Yeah. Can you tell?
No, actually. But you were one of those readers. You picked up a book whenever you could, and you would read a whole book in 1 week, or
I would just be walking around with a book all the time.
I find that fascinating to be able to do that.
I would just be in my room all the time reading. That was it. I had my couch, and I'd just sit there and I would read.
Do you think it's detrimental?
I don't know. What do you think? How have I turned out?
Oh, yeah.
Don't answer that. Don't answer. Shouldn't have asked that question.
Is it subjective or objective?
I shouldn't have asked that question.
But, I think I wish I would have read more.
when
I was a teenager. Maybe there was just nothing that really tickled my fancy too much. I did like the science fiction or the kind of Lord of the Rings kind of genre.
Oh, I read all of those. I read all of them. Yep.
Oh, you did? Really? But that's not in keeping with the rest of the stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I read all of that, but I preferred my romance and mysteries and Sherlock Holmes.
Now we're going to go to the next song.
Yeah.
Which is Stefan.
He's French, so it's like half French and half Hebrew.
Okay. Is this a naughty video?
Yeah, so don't look.
Okay.
No, it's called Kapara.
Kapara.
See, I told you my Hebrew's terrible. Yep, go.
Steffi, comment ça va? Salseli, בפרנסואה כולם עולים על הבר, תרימו לחיים, היה לקטר עושים מסיבת מחר אתה טן-טן, je tape dans la nozo comme un tam-tam pour le balagan, donnez-moi le micro et le tam-tam motek, mami, mueve, tena, nili, ala, top tena, nili, ala, top tena, nili, ala, top kapara, wala, Gucci ובלי הזרה אימני ביבי עזתי זרה הממה זכיתי מאמי שלי כל מה שעשית תמיד היה בשבילי סתם Let's get it ספי כמו סבא סלסלי בפרנסואה כולם עולים על הבר תרימו לחיים הלילה קצר עושים מסיבת מחר אז יש חליפה, כולה לבנה, יש חתונה וחסר לי קלה, תמה, שתוקה, זה אח שלי אל תדאג הכל עליי, כפרה, עיניים, שפתיים, רגליים, כפרה, וואלה, גוצ'י ובלי הזרה, אם אני ביבי אז את זרה, קומסי, קומסה
Enjoy listening to J-Air? Support us and become a member by visiting our website j-air.com.au.
What crap was that video?
I know. I told you not to watch the video. I said it's not rabbi friendly. But the song's all right.
I'm going to walk around now with a jacket with no top on underneath during summer after that. Oi, has to get buffed.
I told you. You can't do this today. Embarrass me on radio. I told you.
Perfect to embarrass you. What are you talking about? That's the only reason I do this.
Okay. Let's just talk about your book because we've only got a few minutes left. Let's go back to your book.
Nah. Let's talk about something Jewish. I mean, about what's the story with old people and not coming out of their homes and going around and visiting people? I'm so upset for people.
I am upset. I'm actually dealing with a lot of people that you know that are really struggling, because our 6-week lockdown is going to be going out to 3 months.
Yeah.
And don't forget, people go, oh, but it's only a few weeks. But I see this on social media. It's actually why I took a break from it, because it was actually making me really angry. It's not. It's since March.
Yeah,
it's since March, and we are in October now.
Crazy.
You know?
And I read, was it yesterday? I might say Yom Tov. I think I read someone who when they say something, you kind of listen to them. I can't remember who it was. They said that we could be going through this rolling lockdowns for another 2 years.
I know.
What
I
the
know.
hell?
You can't do this. It's like, you know what? It's enough already.
That's
You've got to stop. You've got the businesses. Like, I don't know if you've driven around Caulfield and Elstonwick, and you see every second shop has got a police sign up.
Yeah,
people are just walking away.
On an aeroplane desperately.
Pardon?
My little Tamara wants to go on an aeroplane desperately.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Imagine like a baby born back in March or whenever, and through these lockdowns, like, would hardly have seen
grandparents
or parents. I mean,
no hugs from grandparents.
The elderly people who are in the Monty and all that, all the old age homes, they wouldn't have seen people hardly.
I know. Well, someone we know is in our care, and they are allowed a visit a week. So they basically get an hour 1 week. To me, that is just like criminal. I just think that's just so wrong. And, you know, I personally think that anyone who's older, who's dying, it's not from COVID, who's in these, they're giving up. I think we talked about this once before. It's like, it's just enough. It's not fair to our elderly to lock them up and not let them see family. It's really cruel. It's enough.
Yeah, and I know of other things going on around the world in the fertility industry, and a lot of these things are breaking my heart. Apart from people who are having trouble, you know, who are infertile and they can't get to a particular kind of clinic or whatever, or people who want to actually have babies, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. We're taking the furthest possible extreme measures and fitting it into it's like a square inside a circle sort of thing.
I agree. And then I look at you went traveling overseas, you did everything right, you masked, you sanitized, you did your distancing, and you didn't get sick. And that's what you need to do. You need to allow people to go out, businesses to start operating. We need to sanitize, mask, just be mindful, no parties and stuff, and just allow the economy to pull itself out of recession. It's really bad.
That's true. Yeah. Look, at least we're all in this together. If everyone goes down, then... If
I hear that one more time, I'm going to kill someone.
What's that?
Daniel Andrews saying we're all in this together. I'm like, no, you're not.
I'm not just talking about Victoria. I'm talking about the entire world. I mean, like, if one country's economy goes down, other countries' economies are going down. So at least there's not necessarily one country doing any much better than anyone else.
Yeah, but you look around Australia and we're the only state that's slumped. Everywhere else it's fine. You've been to Sydney, you've seen, and like the same thing in Queensland and WA, even Adelaide.
WA, you can't go in or out of the state.
Yeah, but at least you can go. Like, my friends are going away for weekends away. They get to go to restaurants. They get to go and see their friends. They get to, okay, they may not get out of their state, but at least they can go and do something. We're stuck in our 5K. We can't even have friends over. We can't even have friends over for Shabbat dinner.
I think the worst part, in my opinion, is purely the fact of being treated like children. So with such immaturity. I mean, we're being treated as if we're immature.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have the capacity to be reasonable people. And I think we do have that ability. You know, if we can bloody pay our taxes, then we can be mature about how we conduct ourselves in society.
I agree. I'm just worried about us actually trying to recover from this. That's my worst concern, is that can we recover in the economy with this? And from what I see, I'm just...
Have you voted yet in your council elections?
So I've been asking everyone. There's like a special one for my section. And I said, okay, what political party you're affiliated with? And do you support the bike lanes and the 30Ks? So I'm just keeping in mind, we've got one. And as soon as they say yes or no, then I've already started working out how I'm going to vote now.
So who are your preferred people in your ward? Do you know?
Yes. So I'm basically going with the independents and all of those who do not support the 30Ks.
Jewish?
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, really? You don't know if any of them are Jewish?
Oh, no, I do know, but that's
Are there
not...
any Jewish candidates?
Yes, there are, but I'm not voting on Jewish. I'm actually going with the independents, and one of them is independent, but it's more that I've checked on what they're going to support.
Hopefully they're not part of the anti-Israel Greens party.
Well, they're at the bottom.
Gosh. I'm going with Simone.
Yeah. But they're not in my ward. And Harry.
And Sam Parasol.
Yes.
And there's Cameron Simkin. And there's a couple of other goodies. But all the independents, you don't want anyone aligned with the political party.
No. And Sam will also be really good if he gets in with Harry and Simone.
Yeah. Well, we've got we're time to finish up.
I know. How quick does that go by?
Amazing.
It's amazing. Well, anyway, have a great week ahead. I need to make sure I come and get the book from you because I want to start reading it this week.
See you later for soup.
Yeah, tomorrow's soup.
Awesome. You mean today?
Sorry, today. See you later. You always catch me.